tune you just heard is a slide guitar version of a 19th century bad man ballad, Railroad Bill. I'm Steve James, contributing editor to Acoustic Guitar, here to show you how to play it as part of Acoustic Guitar's Guide to Roots and Blues Fingerstyle Guitar. Notation and tablature can also be found in my string letter publishing book titled Roots and Blues Fingerstyle Guitar. Let's tune to low bass open G, a tuning called Spanish. Sounds like this: D, G, D, G, B, and D. Spanish, a low bass open G tuning. The melody of the song is played almost entirely on the first and second strings with a slide. I wear the slide on my fourth finger. I'm going to use a light touch to get a good clear tone and mute lightly behind the slide with the flat of my index finger to increase sustain and cut down on string noise. You might want to start by putting your slide on and just practicing sliding into the principal intervals that we're going to use to play the melody of the song. I'm at the 5th fret, the 7th fret, the 9th fret, and the 12th fret on the first string. Notice how when I resolve on my object note, I also move the slide back and forth slightly. It's a wrist motion to get that vibrato, which gives it the vocal sound. Okay, so touch, mute, and then dump a bucket on it. Here's the melody of Railroad Bill. Here it is one more time. The first 6 bars are played entirely on the first string. Pick with upstrokes of your picking hand index finger. Don't use your thumb. Tilt your slide slightly to cover only the first string. See how my slide's tilted out away from the fingerboard. For the 7th and 8th bars, tilt your slide inwards and cover a C chord at the 5th fret. I'm covering the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. The 5th string is open, and the melody's on the top 2 strings. Slide into the 5th fret on the 2nd string. Play the 1st string at the 5th fret. Move the slide up to the 7th fret, and then back down to the 5th. And then back up to the 9th fret. And then I'm going to use a similar device to the one I used to create a C chord. I'm going to bridge the top 2 strings on the 7th fret. F sharp and A D chord partial. Don't forget your muting finger, vibrato, tilting the slide out, slide up to the 9th fret, back down to the 7th, and as you do, tilt the slide back in, cover that D chord partial again, and then resolve on G. That's the first string played with the slide at the 5th fret. A quick change from D to G. And then I'm going to wind up the song with a little turnaround phrase. This is variations on this lick occur a lot when slide guitar is played in this tuning. It's a very useful one. I'm going to slide, tilting my slide way in, I'm going to slide on the 3rd string, past the 3rd fret, almost up to the 4th fret to give me a flattened major 3rd. I'm going to remove my slide, play the 1st string open, and then slide into the G at the 5th fret. Here's the whole melody of Railroad Bill, played one more time slowly. Now let's have a look at the bass part. Once again, we're going to play the bass line with a hyperextended thumb. Maintain your thumb hyperextended as though you were hitchhiking. Place your hand over the guitar with the heel of your hand close to the strings. Your fingers flexed, your thumb extended. And pick the bass line with downstrokes of your thumb. This 4-beat alternating bass line employs mostly open strings. The open G chord uses the 5th and 4th strings. An alternating bass line. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can add the 6th string, the low D, if you like. 1. Cover the C chord at the 5th fret and pick the 5th and 4th strings. This is the only real slide challenge we have in the whole piece. This is a common device in country blues. You can bridge the entire C chord, 5th string through 1st, but a commonly used device in country blues is to leave that G string open. So you have to be careful when you put your slide over those top 4 strings that you don't touch that. Don't touch. And there's your bass line for your C chord. It can go either like this, or it can go like this. Or you can use both of them. Finally, we slide up to the 7th fret. And on the top 2 strings, we have a D chord partial at the 7th fret. One of the beauties of this tuning is that the 6th string and 4th string are both D notes, so you get a beautiful resonant octave bass line. Be sure not to play the 5th string. Alternate between the 6th and 4th. Resolve on G. So your bass line for G, C, D, and G. Now I'll combine the melody and bass line at a slow tempo. Railroad Bill. And here's Railroad Bill up to speed. Railroad Bill lived on the hill. He never worked and he never will. Cry and ride, Railroad Bill. So that's Railroad Bill. For more fingerstyle blues instruction and songs, check out the other lessons in my Acoustic Guitar Guide to Roots and Blues Fingerstyle Guitar, available at acousticguitar.com. For Acoustic Guitar, I'm Steve James.